Let me talk a little Dolphins here because I think some fun for us is developing as Dolphin fans when the season does start, right? And look, we're all hoping that the Dolphins have a lot of success. We want to see them improve on the 5 games that they won last year, right? We want to see improved quarterback play. We want to see the offensive line get better. We want a running game. We want a pass rush. There's a lot of things we want to see them do better, right? But the one of the exciting things that we're going to see in this new Dolphins regime and this new Dolphins era that started last year, by the way. Okay, I'm proud of what happened last year. I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm super proud of what the Dolphins accomplished last year. Okay, turning the team around, getting rid of all the problems, starting anew, and making us feel good about the first stage of the foundation. Because you got a bunch of nobodies, and they went and won 5 games, and they had a winning record in their last 9, going 5-4. I'm super proud of that. Super proud that they went in and beat the Patriots when they weren't at their best either, because they had people that were injured and weren't part of that team and could have helped them out. And yet they found a way to go into New England in a game that they needed and knock them out and force them to play in the divisional round, which they got knocked out and could not advance and could not get to another Super Bowl, right? And you pretty much fast forwarded the breakup between Brady and Belichick, because who knows how this thing ends if they win a title. If they win a title, maybe there's so much love going around that Belichick says, we'll go to it one more time. Yeah, we'll give you a 2-year contract, whatever. Who knows? You just don't know. So Miami fast-tracked it. So I'm proud of what they did. On the surface, people look at it and say 5-11. How can you be proud? But that's the problem. Those are people that are short-sighted. They just look at the surface. They don't look at what went on inside, what you're able to establish, what you're able to build on. That's why free agents came. That's why you have a good feeling about what's going on now and what they're building, right? So, part of all of this is Byron Jones, the cornerback that the Miami Dolphins signed in free agency. And this is what I was thinking about this yesterday as a Dolphins fan. I can't wait to watch X and Byron Jones take the field for the Miami Dolphins week in and week out. And here's the thing that I'm looking forward to. Okay, we all know that now the Dolphins should have one of the best cornerback tandems in the NFL, correct? With Jones and with X, it's going to be awesome. Now, am I going to compare Byron Jones and Xavier Howard in interceptions? Probably not, because there's a good chance that X is going to beat him in that category, because that's something that Byron doesn't do well. But outside of everything else, watching them deflect passes, who's the guy that's going to have more deflections? Who's the guy that's going to have the lower completion percentage? The inside competition between those two guys is going to be a lot of fun. And the outside factor out of all of this, Byron Jones so far in his career has not had the big interception numbers. I wonder if X brings that out of him a little bit more. I wonder if X, who will intercept the ball if you throw it his way, I wonder what that does for Byron. How much does that influence him? How much does that help him? How much does X maybe help influence him in that area? Maybe X sees something he's not doing. You never know. But I was thinking about this, the competition between the two guys, because there will be. And I'm sure it'll be fun and friendly. It's not something personal or anything like that. But those two guys should motivate each other the way Madison and Surtain motivated each other, because they were both great. They both brought a lot to the table, and it was a healthy type of competition. And that's one of the things that I was thinking, that as a Dolphins fan, sure, I'm excited that the Dolphins have one of the better secondaries in the NFL, that they have one of the best tandems in the NFL, but going deeper and looking into it, because that's the thing everybody says as a cliche. but I want to see the competition within the competition. I want to see how quarterbacks test X or test Byron Jones, or because X is a better thief at stealing the football, do they say, okay, I'm going to test Byron Jones because if he deflects it, that's one thing. If he defends the pass, all of that, but he doesn't really intercept the ball a lot. So at least I know I'm not going to end up with a turnover. I'll end up more with an incompletion. So will Byron Jones get tested more than X, which I'm expecting that. On the surface, I'm expecting that. Is that going to develop that way? And then the competition of watching the number one wide receiver on the team, does he move around more to be covered by X or by Byron Jones? You know, all of these
things. Put him in the
things.
slot. Stay away from both of them.
Maybe, but maybe he's not a strong slot player as a receiver. I don't know. That's the whole thing. I'm not sure what kind of one we're talking about. And so my point is that's one of the things, the competitions, things to look forward to in the Dolphin season. Of course, it pumps me up. Oh, the Carolina Panthers are trading Kyle Allen to the Redskins. So I guess that what's it called? The head coach, damn it, man, Ron Rivera must have liked the quarterback Kyle Allen because he's bringing him in to be part of their team. So that means they're going to keep the youngster instead as your backup, the third rounder. Okay? Interesting. But anyway, getting back to the Dolphins. If you look at it, Dolphin fans, sure, we've got a pair of corners that are going to be awesome. But I am looking forward to the other part of this edition and seeing how both develop, seeing how teams attack them or try to attack them or try to stay away from them. You know what I mean? And if you get them to play well, which I think they're going to play well, X has to be healthy, of course, and Byron is healthy already. How much that's going to improve the pass rush is also going to be a lot of fun watching Howard and Jones do their thing, you know? And so I wanted Dolph fans, I know we've got a long time till they take the field and till they do something out there, but I wanted to focus in on some of these kind of things with the Dolphins along the way as we've got plenty of time to talk about this, right? And the addition of Jones, you know, gives the Dolphins so much more flexibility on defense. And I know that's what the coordinators are thinking. And that's why adding all these pass rushers with those two guys handling the edges, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun watching these two guys take the field. And X now will feel like, okay, I've got somebody on the other side. Think about this. X has to be on his game a little bit more now. Byron Jones has to be a little bit more on his game now because they are no longer just the best corner on their team and that you know they're going to be testing everybody else. So, well, yeah, I'm kind of bored out here. Only a couple balls going my way. No, that's not going to happen anymore. They got to throw to them. They have to. What are they going to do? You think every week quarterbacks are going to go in and they're going to go, well, we can't throw to the outside. No, they're going to have to. And that's where Byron Jones and X have to love this. Okay, I got a guy opposite of me that brings in a lot of attention and a lot of respect. So quarterbacks are going, well, I just cannot leave my receivers out of the game. I've got to throw to them. So you're going to have to test those guys. So you're going to have to force them to go out and cover. And if you're Byron Jones and you're X, that means you're going to get maybe more opportunities than you normally do because they have to throw at times to those guys. And it's going to be fun watching these two guys defend and steal a few footballs along the way.
I can remember that game against Minnesota. It's not the first time you see the ones and twos put in that slot. And it was Surtain and Madison, and they put Chris Carter, remember, in the slot, and they beat us, like with 1 or 2 minutes left in the game, and got away from our lockdown corners.
Yeah.
Put him in the slot. It was. You remember that?
Oh, we
It's
got Bobby
right
McCain.
Exactly.
I still think they'll
Exactly.
draft. I still think they'll draft a corner and they'll move Bobby McCain a slot, and they'll have Nick Needham also, so he'll be the dime guy, and I think they'll be fine. I really do. I like what I saw from Needham last year. It looked to me like he was growing into a nice little
A
backup
lot of
player.
defensive linemen, man, keeping them fresh, like the Giants. That was there for 7 guys. Rotate them. Somebody's constantly got 100% in the tank, ready to kill.
Yeah,